No nonsense intro, these are my personal favorite indie video games of 2024 that I think you need to check out. I have preached on this game over and over again, and I will continue to do so until I feel this game gets the respect it deserves. Nine Souls is a 2D action platformer with beautiful hand-drawn animation. You play as Yi, and he goes on this journey to defeat the Nine Souls, or gods of this realm. Now this is a Metroidvania, so if you are a fan of games like Hollow Knight, Metroid, then this game needs to be on your radar. The world is an Asian-inspired Tao punk setting which blends cyberpunk and Taoism, and it oozes with style. Now there are two things that I think sell this game very well in my opinion, make it stand out from others in its genre. First, it's the story. Usually it is very normal for Metroidvanias to have very little story and it be much more about the world building, lore, but not too much in the game. Now Nine Souls has the story at the forefront. There are dialogue options to choose from. Yi is an actual character with a voice and dialogue. This took me by surprise when I first played it, and I found myself genuinely invested in this game's story and a few of the characters. But what I think is the best part of this package is this game's combat and boss battles. This game is described as having a Sekiro-inspired, deflection-based combat system. You have a combo of normal attacks that you can use. Pressing a button will cause you to parry enemy attacks and build up chi, which will then allow you to use a talisman to literally explode your enemies. It is insanely satisfying, and there are also different talismans to unlock as well, new charms like Hollow Knight, so you can really mix and match different playstyles. I found myself really needing to mix it up on a couple of these bosses, and speaking of, they are awesome. Really great visuals, spectacle, and awesome soundtrack behind it. Going blow for blow with some of these was absolutely exhilarating. Now the game is challenging, but it does have a story mode which is a less difficult option, so if you were worried, I still highly encourage you to check this game out. The only slight negative that I can see is this game does not have near as deep Metroidvania mechanics as its competitors do. But I think what this game lacks there, it more than makes up for it in its excellent combat system. Nine Souls is easily in my top 3 video games, full stop, of 2024, and it is one of my favorite indie video games of all time now. Check it out. I promise it is more than worth your time. This game has so much sauce. Now this one is a little different because as of right now, this game is still in its early access and pretty much only has the first full chapter with a little bit of side content taking somewhere around 7 to 8 hours. But if this game keeps on course with that from what I have experienced so far, we are in for a serious treat. This game is being developed by Moon Studios, the same people behind the masterful Ori games. Now I was first shocked seeing this because this game could not be more different than Ori. This is an ARPG with Souls-like inspired combat, big boss battles, inventory management. I was so confused how these guys could pull a game off like this. But this team has shown they are more than capable and are just insanely talented. The visuals in this game are ridiculous, so vibrant. Every place has its own unique look and feel. The story is so engaging with excellent voice acting all around. I am itching to get back into this world. But the combat of this game really stole the show for me with some great boss battles and really awesome side content. There are a lot of different build varieties here that I think so many people are going to have a blast with when the full 1.0 version launches. I think the price may be just a little steep for the amount of content that is here currently, but again, I love this studio so much, I just had to show support, and I would only encourage you to do the same if you feel the same. But trust me, when this full 1.0 launches, mark my words, this one will be special. What if I told you one of the best indie games I played this year, hands down, was completely free? Sheepy, a short adventure, was absolutely spectacular. I made content on TikTok and someone recommended that I play this. Huge shout out to them. It is a crime that nothing was charged for this game. I feel like I robbed this guy. I should have paid at least a few dollars or something, but nope, completely free. The visuals are an absolute treat. I love the pixelated art style that's there. The gameplay is very enjoyable with some fun boss battles. And the music in this game is from the gods. I was enthralled and felt like I was transported ported into another freaking universe. Now, keep in mind, likely because this is a free game, this is not some gigantic 20-hour video game. This will only take you about an hour or two to complete. Now, there are a lot of really cool ideas and sequences in here that I would love to see fleshed out in a full game. Like, there's even a little bit of like Metroidvania elements as well, like you'll kill this boss battle, like you get the ability to double jump and do a couple of other things, but again, it's very, very simplified. Now, since it is also so short, I'm going to be pretty brief, and I'm only showing things that happen at the very beginning because genuinely, I think this experience overall is so special and everyone deserves to experience it. But I recommend everyone go show support for this game. It is literally free. Make sure you wear headphones for this one. You do not want to miss it. Windblown is the next game from the devs Motion Twin. Yes, the people responsible for the incredible game Dead Cells. This is a roguelike that is multiplayer up to 3 players, and guys, this game is so freaking fun. It is still in early access also, but there is a lot of very good content here, and there's a pretty good amount of it as well. There are numerous environments to go to, tons of different boons, weapons, and abilities to start with. The movement is ridiculously fast-paced and easily one of my favorite parts of the game. The combat is addicting and fluid, and the mini bosses and bosses are a real challenge, which I absolutely loved. Now, I got access to this game thanks to the devs before early access was even available, and I loved it right off the bat. But once the full early access version came out and there was even more content, I truly saw the potential this game had. I guarantee when this full 1.0 version comes out, this is going to be a grand slam, and I really think people are going to dig this. But if you and your friends have been looking for a new multiplayer game to play, look no further because this game rips. This was another one of those games that was on my radar for a while, and boy did this thing deliver. There's something about a Souls-like that I will always be drawn to. I just love the Soulsborne games and the genre so much that anything that remotely feels like it, I'll probably somewhat enjoy, even if it's not that great. But that is not the case with this game. These guys absolutely nailed the feeling of a Soulsborne game, and I genuinely think it is one of the best Souls-likes we've ever had. The world is so incredible to look at. I love the colors and how vibrant everything is. It's super different from every other Souls-like we see. The idea of getting different shells with different abilities is a ton of fun. Now, this game actually has a really fun story with great characters as well, and the combat and bosses are awesome. I had a very strong feeling I was going to like this game a lot, but I did not know how much I was going to love it. Even if you were someone who never plays these because of the difficulty spike, this game has many difficulty settings for you to tweak. So I think this is perfect for people who want to get into this genre but are a little too intimidated by the difficulty level. Definitely check it out. It's an absolute blast. There's little to say about Animal Well that has not already been said, but let this serve as another reminder. If you have not played this game yet, you absolutely should, especially if you are a fan of the Metroidvania genre. This game has no combat to it. It is all about puzzle solving and exploration. The visuals in this thing are absolutely gorgeous. The music and atmosphere, it's just perfect. But I just love the sense of exploration and discovery that you get in this game. You have non-conventional abilities that you will find around the world that you will use later in the game, like a frisbee. If I have not emphasized enough that there are loads and loads of secrets for you to find in this game, it's actually insane. Now, there's a lot of work you must do if you want to see the actual ending of this game as well. This is one of those special ones. You can tell so much love was put into this thing, and it's worth every penny. A game inspired by Hollow Knight that is based around Japanese folklore is a game that had my attention from the start, and I really enjoyed this one. The 2.5D hand-drawn animation is absolutely stunning. I don't even need to mention it because it completely speaks for itself. I found the platforming and the combat to be super fluid and crispy. Now, there is a heavy emphasis on aerial combat because every time you hit an enemy, your jump resets. But I found this to be super unique, and it may seem like a simple gameplay mechanic, but I thought it worked really well for combat and exploration. The bosses were really unique, a visual treat, and pretty challenging. The music in this game was phenomenal, lots of cool upgrades and abilities to get throughout its entire runtime. Now, while this doesn't reach the high highs of something like Hollow Knight, I think fans of these games will really get a good time out of this. The concept was crazy unique and executed extremely well. Pacific Drive is definitely one of the most unique games that I have played in quite some time. Take the roguelike genre and mix it with survival elements and car customization. Kind of a strange combination, but it works incredibly well. Your car is your means of survival, so instead of getting like character upgrades per se, you get new car modifications. Maybe it's a new tire or a new windshield, because in this game, without your car, you are screwed. I found the story to be super intriguing as well. The atmosphere oozes with style, and the game looks incredible. It's genuinely unlike anything that I've played in quite some time. It even had some horror elements thrown in there, which I thought worked so well. This game is like $30, and I could not recommend this one more. Out of every game on this list so far, this is easily the one with the most unique concept by far. This is also one of those games I think it is best experienced knowing little to nothing about it as well. It's kind of how my experience went. Give it a try because I think this game will genuinely surprise you. There it is. That's all I got. There were a lot of others I played this year, but I have not quite beat yet, so I didn't put it on here. There's even more so that I have not got a chance to try yet. So if you got any recommendations for your favorite indie video games of 2024, please let me know. I'd love to check them out, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.